Hi, my name's Katherine Edwards. I'm married to Nathaniel. We've got 3 children, Zion, Levi and Taya, and we live in West Chilt, and we worship at Storrington Community Church. So since I was quite young, I really struggled with fear and anxiety, and what really brought it out was when my gran died. It was the first person that has died around me, so it really brought death to life to me. And for some reason that really triggered off my fear and anxiety, and it got really bad that I couldn't end up walking the streets. I had loads of panic attacks. I couldn't sleep. I got really anxious because I thought that basically if I slept I would wake up again. And every fear possible came upon me, and literally I went to the doctors because it then ended up making my body very sick. But they basically said nothing's wrong, it's all in my mind, and you basically have to do something, otherwise you'll die, basically. Which then ended up making me more panicked. I was like, oh great, that's a great thing to say to me who's struggling with anxiety. But that really woke me up, and during that time I wasn't really walking with the Lord. I believed in Him, but my parents went to church, so did I, but it wasn't the true relationship with Him, and that really brought me back to Him. And I can remember being in my bedroom and just crying out to God, saying, God, if you're really real, you need to save me, because I can't live like this, and I literally will do something to myself. And then my mum took me to my pastor, and that was basically the start of being set free from this all. That was the first step. That literally from that time of sort of prayer and deliverance, I got set free from a lot of that. Yes, I was able to sleep and do a lot of normal things that basically I let the enemy steal from me. But since then, until probably last year, I was walking in freedom, but not the full freedom that was given me. But I still really struggled with my thought life, and just always battling in the mind. So I still couldn't fly. I would be really anxious about flying, so I would not face the fear and just not fly. But that stopped me doing things that maybe that I felt God called me to do. But I let that fear control me. You can speak to Nathaniel. I was dying of every sickness possible each day. I let the fear, thinking that I was dying of something, I had a pain, and then I looked on the internet. Not a good thing. And then yes, I'm obviously dying, so then I would panic. So it was just more the battle of the mind in that sense. So last year at the Kingdom Come conference, there was a section of where they were praying for your mind and issues of the mind. And before then, actually, I was talking to Nathaniel, and I was just really struggling, because I was I can't believe I'm still struggling with this. It's my mind is still thinking the old way, and I was I can't keep on living like this, battling. And before then, I was my prayer was, God, I just really want my mind to be renewed and rewired, because I always felt that my brain was wired to the way of anxiety and fear. And Chuck basically said for everyone to stand up who had those issues, and to put their hands on their head. And he said, I'm going to pray now for God to rewire your brain. And when he said that, I was oh my gosh, God, I want this. That's my prayer. And literally from that day, I've been transformed in my thinking, and it just hasn't got hold of me, and I literally feel really set free. I'm not bound by that fear anymore. I'm not dying every day of some sort of sickness, and something's just been lifted off my shoulders. And it has just made me see the power of God so much more, and of completion, and it's given me a heart to see other people be set free. And it's just made me also angry at the enemy, to look back and see how much he's stolen from me. And then it's given me a heart to be no, we should be walking in the full freedom. That December I actually went flying, and I was actually really excited, which was totally unheard of, because you wouldn't have actually got me on a plane before. I went to Jesus conference, totally recommend it. in Orlando, and that was actually flying without Nathaniel, so that would have normally given me added anxiety. Yeah, and it was just amazing. I really enjoyed the flight, and even some old thinking was coming back, but this time it was literally waters off a duck's back, and that was just, I was like, praise God that it didn't even affect me, just flicked off. And I just praise God, because I just literally wouldn't be here without what He's done and broken that off my life. And now I'm sitting here alive, free, and ready and sold out for Him, and more in love with Him.